It's Bethany with Girl Defined Ministries, and today I am going to be talking about how to be single and satisfied at the same time. So we're just gonna have some really fun single girl talk. And I actually kicked Kristen out today because she's not single. Only single girls around for this conversation. So I just wanna keep it really personal and share with you, like heart to heart, almost if we were at one of my favorite coffee shops here in San Antonio, chatting, talking, and just sharing our hearts as single girls. Because I get it, I'm single, and there are a lot of thoughts and things that go through our minds. Like, okay, can I ever be totally satisfied as a single? Will this always be really difficult? Is there like a magical age where you get to and then it's not as hard? I've had a lot of thoughts like that in my mind, and that's why I want to talk about this with you today, because as single girls, we have a lot of questions and a lot of thoughts running through our minds on this topic. So I actually get a lot of emails from probably many of you directed towards me as the single girl in Girl Defined, and they say, hey, like, I'm a lot younger than you and I'm really dissatisfied in my singleness, and I know you're older than me. Like, I don't know how you do it. Do you just not really desire marriage that much? Like, how did you come to this point where you seem really joyful? Because I'm miserable and I don't want to be single for as long as you. So what do I do? And a lot of times I'll look at that and in my heart, I'll kind of think like, I remember there being a time in my own life where I was where you girls were. I remember there being a time in my early 20s where I felt really dissatisfied as a single. And I honestly placed so much of my identity and worth in wanting to be in a relationship that I was pretty miserable with the thought of not being married. And if you had asked me like, hey, Bethany, if you are 28 and single, how do you think you'd feel? I probably would have been like, oh, worst day ever. Like, I did not like that idea. I did not want to be 28 and single. But somehow I've kind of gone down this journey and realized that it truly is possible to be 28, to be 40, to be 60, to be single and be completely satisfied. And I want to share with you how I've come to this place in my life. So here's what I've learned about being a single girl. I have this desire in my heart, and I still do, to be married. Back in the day, a few years ago, make it sound like it was a long time ago, back in the day, I had this desire for marriage. And instead of saying, God, I totally trust you with this desire. I know your plans are best for me. I want what's best. I want what you want for me. And I'm going to trust you with this desire in my heart. Instead, I would go down this road and say, no, I have this desire for marriage. I want a guy. I want a husband. And I just cannot be happy until I have this thing. And so I basically assumed that this desire meant until I had marriage that I was going to be dissatisfied. And honestly, it was pretty dissatisfying when I went down that road. But then I learned that I could still have this desire for marriage. I didn't have to give up the desire. Like right now, at this moment, very moment in time, I desire marriage. But instead of going down the road and saying, I have to have this, I've instead said, okay, God, I have this desire for marriage. Right now, I have this desire, but I'm going to give this to you, and I'm going to give up this desire basically as like an offering to you and say, Lord, you know what is best for me, and I'm going to completely trust you with my life. And if you bring a husband, awesome, that's great. But if you don't, I know that you are an amazing, good father, not just to all the other girls out there who are married, not just to Kristen who has a husband, not just to the other girls around. You're a good father to me. You're the same God, the creator. You're in charge of the whole universe. You're amazing. And you're that God in my life. So if you want me to have a husband, I know you'll bring him to me. And if not, then I'm just going to give this desire to you and serve you and love those around me and live joyfully because I'm trusting completely in you. So I want to challenge you as a single girl to evaluate your own heart. I'm not asking you to give up the desire for marriage because I haven't given it up, but I'm asking you, what are you doing with it? Are you taking that desire and going, I have to have it. I'm going to go down this road and I absolutely have to have marriage. Or are you going to take that desire and say, God, I have this desire in my heart. I want marriage. It's a beautiful, great thing. But I am going to basically offer it up to you and say, I have this desire, Lord. If you want marriage for me, great. If not, I'm going to serve you till the end of my days because you're the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I know you know what's best for me. So I just really want to challenge you to evaluate your own heart and ask yourself, which road am I currently going down? Am I going down the road of the must have, my identity is in this and I will not be happy unless I get this? Or are you going to take that desire and say, yes, this is still a desire, but I'm going to trust in the Lord with all my heart. Not lean on my own understanding of what I think I need, but just trust that he will direct my paths. Those are the two options. You can either go down the one and be miserable, like I used to be, wanting marriage, or you can go down the other, still have that desire in your heart, but live in joyfulness and contentment because you're trusting the Lord of all the universe with that desire. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Give it an extra thumbs up because it's just me today. And if you want to see more from Kristen and I in the future, you can subscribe to our channel below. We post new videos every Wednesday.
Cut.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, no.
3, 2, 1, and 1 minute.
Hi to Kristen behind the camera. First time. I would have probably, oh wait, that was the wrong angle. I wanted to do. Am I doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, single. Okay. Okay. For the bloopers, you're over there. We can't see you.
Oh.
Say something.
Hello, everyone. On the other side of the camera.